idea for social change, led India First Life Insurance, India's premier life insurance provider, on a nationwide hunt for young change makers of India.
We wanted to do something very different, and we thought of engaging with young people all across India to hear their ideas on how to change India for the better in a range of ways.
The Happy India initiative was born out of the idea of having the young bright minds of India create change rather than just demand it.
We firmly believe that the youth, they are the harbingers of change. If you look at any change that's been brought about, that always happens when the youth participate in this change. The basic change can happen only when it's at the grassroots level. Give wings, so to say, to all those ambitions, all those desires, and encourage people to think new.
With the Happy India campaign, India First was on a lookout for the top 25 change-inspiring ideas from school students that would help bring about social change and impact.
It started off with many people at India First very excited, but not quite sure how it would turn out, how it would work. But the engagement we had from schools and children all over India was phenomenal.
As adults, what happens is that we start accepting how the things are rather than trying to change them. And I think that's the big difference between children and adults.
We went back to schools and we said, okay, let's catch those youngsters who are at their formative best, those people who are strong enough to have found that they want to do something, and channelize those energies and passion into something worthwhile.
What we initially thought is that we will go across to various schools across the country and ask ideas from these young minds, from these young social change makers that we are talking about, and ask them about what really are their thought process in terms of the things that they are seeing across in the society, and are they looking for some change.
The initiative reached out to over 15,000 students from 304 schools from across India, resulting in 1,042 ideas. From the projects shortlisted, 25 teams with the best ideas were selected. Tackling issues like environmental pollution, energy conservation, sanitation, education, women empowerment, road improvement and employment, each team was given a grant of 50,000 rupees to implement their ideas, with the help of the industry stalwarts who mentored each project.
Our mentors and partners have played a huge role in the ability to sustain their energies, in ability to sustain their passion.
The teams showcased their projects and their journey at the National Conclave held in Mumbai, bringing together all the young change makers on one platform. The achievements of each of the 25 teams will be showcased in a Young Change Makers compendium.
We feel obviously very fulfilled about the fact that we were able to drive the message across to the children, and to make sure that if we think about some change, we need to also have ways to implement that change.
Through this two-part series, we trace the journey of these 25 teams and their ideas for social change. And this week we take a look at how these students bust the myths that adults have against providing education to their children.
A lot of children from underprivileged and other areas, though they have access to school, government schools, there are a lot of dropouts. And the dropouts are for various reasons, including financial, as well as the fact that the children are not interested because of the way the teaching is being done in the government schools.
Something as powerful as primary education is lacking in most rural areas in India. While some choose to ignore the problem, there are some who are working towards creating this change. Reaching out to the children of labourers, servants and workers, Hyderabad's team Shraddha sought to teach them basic skills that would help them read, write and comprehend in their own school premises.
Education is a first thing where everyone should have, because of that only the future will be very good. So our project is to have education among the children.
ఎందుకంటే మా సమాజంలో పిల్లలు ఎక్కువ చదువుకోవడానికి వస్తలేరు. అయితే వాళ్ళకి మనం చదువు చెప్పడానికి మనం కొంచెం ప్రయత్న చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే చాలా వరకు తండ్రులు వాళ్ళ పిల్లల్ని పంపిస్తలేరు.
We have went to the different slum areas. We just talked to the parents like why they are not interested to send their children to the schools.
They said our work is so very burdened, so we want our children to work with us. They are interested to send their children to their work but not to school.
We just first started creating interest among the children.
We attract them by giving fruits and other nutritious food, and we play with them memory games, world building, etc. First we teach them life skills which are very important, and next maths and English. We teach them normally like addition, subtraction, etc.
When we started, there were 7 students. So next day they were increased because when one child is coming, there was interest among the children and they started coming.
Team Shraddha convinced 15 students to join them and inspired their school to take the project forward.
If they have little education, they can have better jobs and we can have a better future for them, and also our India will be increasing in the literacy levels.
In the remote village of Kamulalanka in Vijayawada, deprived of government secondary schools, the children here walked 3 to 4 kilometers to neighboring villages to attend school.
We selected a village called Pamulanka.
It's a village which is surrounded by water from the 4 sides. It lies in between the streams of Krishna river.
There's somewhat a transport problem between the rest of the world and this village. It's like a temporary road.
In a year, nearly 7 months, there is no problem. But coming to the rainy season, this road, that temporary bridge is flooded away. So hardly people go from, in those 3 to 4 months, hardly people go from this village to other part of the city.
There's a school called RCM High School here. This school is only up to 5th class. It consists of 63 students, 43 are girls and 20 are boys. After 5th class, the students of this village children, they have to cross that temporary road and go there.
Children are really very brilliant and they grasp very fast. We thought we'll provide some more extra facilities for this school. We have visited the upper officials for the promotion of this school into the upper primary school.
Our vision is to develop this school, and then we want to meet the higher officials also for the development of the bridge. If possible, then we would try to meet the CM also. What we got to know is to construct a bridge, it takes nearly 100 crores, this bridge. So we will try to collect funds with the help of our CM and higher officials, and try to construct this bridge and connect this Pamulanka village with the other cities.
Team Happy India reached out to the Zilla Parishad chairperson to start work on building a bridge and approached the Andhra Pradesh Ministry for the funds required. Quick quizzers from Vijayawada reached out to the adults in the village to explain the benefits of literacy and education, inspiring them to attend various courses and classes which were organized by these kids as a part of their project.
We had taken this project since educating adults is a social responsibility. These adults, they did not have awareness of education. If they are not educated, they can be cheated. If they are educated, they can always be correct and they did not be cheated. Nowadays children are educated, but the parents can't interact with their children and their grandchildren. So we thought that if we educate adults, so they can interact with their children and their grandchildren.
Conducting awareness programs, Team Quick Quizzers adopted innovative methods to teach by performing Harikatha and Burakatha, the traditional and cultural art forms of storytelling.
To make an adult accept that yes, I'm going to learn from a 13-year-old girl how to read and write, I think is the most wonderful thing that these children have overcome.
आदमियों को सिखाने के लिए बहुत मजा आता है. मैं तेलुगु सिखाऊंगा और थोड़ा इंग्लिश, हिंदी साइन करना सिखाऊंगा.
In this village there are 45% literacy, 55% are illiteracy. We want to educate them because 100% we cannot make all them educated. we'll educate 95%.
The impact of their project was that adults realized the importance of education and that it was not too late to start learning. Coming up, these young kids use innovative ideas to raise awareness about the importance of education. Campaign saw these student teams tackle the issue of lack of basic education in rural India.
Investing in youth is the best that can be done, and that I never thought that it could be possible that school children could do so much.
We as adults tend to be didactic, and we are also a bit cynical. I would say with age we become cynical, we stop looking beyond the box. The whole premise of this project was start with people who do not have much baggage and who don't have a blinkered vision of how things need to be.
Visakhapatnam's team Twinkling Stars and Micah approached villagers to understand the reasons why people had turned away from education. Team Twinkling Stars, with their Each One Teach One focus, approached adults, children who discontinued their education and younger kids to make them realize the importance of education, and in turn reached out to 132 families.
Without education, we can't develop our country. With education, we can know our rights, and people can get onto society and search for new jobs and know the benefits of government welfare programs. There are many fishermen living here and people working here as servant maids. The adults were not willing to come. They were like, we are old, like what we learn in this age, they don't want to learn. So we just motivated them that you should learn, you must at least know the role you play in the society. Children also were not willing to come. We just told them if they are a bit educated, how they can earn their livings in the country. For dropouts, we are motivating them to go to school. And for adults, we are teaching them basic Telugu, English and math. If we need to live in the country, we need to earn some money so that we can have proper food, and that can only be done by education.
Trying to get to the root cause behind children dropping out of school, Team Micah managed to convince 69 children to come back to school and even held classes for them, encouraging them to study.
If there is no education, there will be no perfectness in the life.
We want to make every child educate. In this area, Burma colony, everybody is working as laborers. They are not interested the children to send to a private school. They are also taking the children to the work. They are being engaged in some other works.
We came to their houses and we are tell them what is education and we motivated them.
The children are showing interest to study. After we conducted some classes, they are coming every day. We want to change the parents' mindset and we want to motivate them.
The impact these teams had was the contribution towards ensuring that no individual, no matter what his or her age, should be deprived of the basic right to education. With a focus on eradicating the menace of child labour, Visakhapatnam's Team Come focused on reaching out to about 70 women and their children.
Our main aim is to provide vocational skills to the underprivileged people so that they can be self-sufficient and self-reliant.
It is rather better to be self-reliant than working somewhere else where they pay you daily wages.
These vocational skills include earning money by sitting in their home.
In India, the present scenario we see is everybody is not educated. Though educated, they are not getting jobs. So vocational education will help them generate other sources of income.
We want everyone to be self-reliant, and in our society we know women empowerment is really very important, and these women, the condition of these women is like after they get married they are confined to houses though they may have educational background. So in order to eradicate that, we are planning to teach them the vocational education.
The challenges we faced was creating awareness among the target group.
Our courses include paper making, candle making, mehendi, tailoring and grooming.
We didn't find so much interest in people, but then on interacting with them every day and conducting classes, it helped us create interest in them, and now they have a zest to learn.
In this 40-day period, we've trained 60 to 70 children and women.
By providing these women and children basic vocational, technical and communication skills, Team Come strive to empower them to become financially independent and less prone to falling prey to menial labor. Advocating the Shanti Niketan style of education with emphasis on physical fitness and practical learning are Vijayawada's team The Advent, who are taking education to slum children.
I'm very lucky enough to be educated in a English medium school, and I see many people around the bus stands like rolling in the ground and everything, dirty and untidy. I want to educate them because I'm well enough to educate myself. It is my responsibility to do something to the society.
We hope that all the children from age group 5 to 12 or 14, they must be educated. Every child must be educated. They must know the minimum knowledge of each and everything.
Our project Shanti Niketan promotes stress-free education in a natural environment combined with technology.
We teach them classes in a way they'll understand. We teach them craft, we teach them yoga, we'll teach them how to play games while they learn.
Team The Advent planned a pilot project within their school premises, their aim to make education holistic and enjoyable. With an alarming increase in the number of school dropouts each year, Mumbai's team Spunks took a step forward with their project Arham.
There is a whole lot of artists living in not so good conditions who deserve a marketplace. So they wanted to intermediate or at least expose the artists from these areas to the consumers. The other thing is they wanted to use the proceeds of this sale to plow back to underprivileged children who were either dropping out of school or were not having the means to continue. And so they identified two very bright children who did not have the financial means.
Our project is Arham, that means mercy and compassion, which is creating compassion for the Indian art, the struggling artists, and mercy for these students who are not able to fund their education, because financial crisis should not limit education.
This project has two sides. One is helping an artist's dream come true, and the other one is helping a child's aim come true.
We wanted to show India's culture, India's diversity through these struggling artists, provide them platform.
We are using the website to reach to the global market to connect the dots between the buyers and the artists. Profits that we make will be used to fund the education of those underprivileged students who are not able to pay their fees.
There are so many children in India we know who are not getting education. We want the children who can make a future, who actually need it and who will actually use it for the better.
The painting known as the Compassion of the Eyes, we made a profit of 3,000 in that. That is enough to fund a child's education for a year.
Creating a website which helped them spread the word for exhibitions of these artisans' works, Team Spunks managed to sell 8 paintings and sponsored the education of 2 deserving students.
The journey was so amazing. There was this artist, Noel House lady, and she sold her first painting to us. She has a house which is like completely full of paintings and she's never sold a single painting. When somebody showed interest and bought that, it kind of was an amazing moment. She had tears in her eyes. I mean, for her kids who literally had no hope left. Kids were completely shattered that they're literally going to be kicked out of school.
When we had problems, we didn't look it up as an obstacle. We looked at it as a chance to innovate and to inspire and to shape the dreams of those innocent underprivileged children.
When I started this project, I realized that, life is an open canvas. Even kids can create, they can change, they can inspire people. You just don't think that, a kid could do this, but for kids, our team, I really think we did something magical.
The children can really find out ways to get things done, as well as they have no inhibitions in approaching anybody, including underprivileged rural people. They really treated them as equals, saying that as human beings we are all equal, and if we are privileged to have better education, better finances, then how can I really help the underprivileged to actually come up to the level that we've got.
From educating children to educating the masses, Team Society reformers from Nashik took up the challenge of raising awareness about crimes against women.
There is not a single day in the news in the history when we have not come across crimes on women. So being a major problem, we decided that why not try to give a solution for the problems faced by women.
50% of population in India is of women.
If they will remain happy, all our India will progress at a larger level. Starting with the process, our first aim was to spread the awareness among our locality.
We went to various places and schools. We spread the message of women empowerment by doing acts and showing them martial art moves so that the women could protect themselves.
We had planned that we'll teach them martial arts so her self-confidence increases, and if she's strong by physical also and mentally also, so no person like a man or woman can challenge her and go against her.
Putting up street plays on different types of violence against women like dowry and child marriage, and conducting martial art classes in schools and remote villages, the students of Team Society Reformers managed to effectively reach out to a number of women and children to spread their message of women empowerment.
We had planned a session few days back. There we got a good response. Small children, only girls we had taken. The 3 schools have adopted the martial art classes after we have started a campaign.
Next week, we meet the young change makers who take up the challenge of Swachh Bharat, spreading the message of cleanliness and implementing unique ideas that will help reduce the carbon footprint on our planet. 100 young change makers, 25 best ideas for change. The Happy